All right, so here we go. We're going to go back to get that off of there. We're going to go to Math 109. Looks like we got a few questions. I don't know if I've gone over all these or not. Some of y'all are moving ahead. That's good. That's real good. I'm glad to see that. That tells me a lot. All right, so conversation by subject. This is 1.113/5. Look and see if we've done it before. Y'all tell me. I think we've done, no, we hadn't done this one because it's asking for domain and range. Okay, so we've got a function. See if I can get this thing to work. We've got a function and it's got the point there. So all you got to find is domain and range. Well, the domain and range is sitting there staring at you. Okay, you can't do domain and range and add points to it. It's there. So pull this up, that, this, go back to this. Y'all bear with me. And there. So let's see if this will work. The domain, not going to. There's your domain. Your domain is -1 to positive what?
3.
-1 to positive 3. So domain. This thing was working so good last semester, and now it's just like not working. Okay. Sorry. Be a whole lot easier if they just give us stuff we need to work with. Remember, most of the time we're going to write in scientific notation. So, I mean, not in scientific notation, in interval notation. So the interval notation would start at -1. And go to positive 3. So that's your domain. Now your range is going to be not the x-axis, not the x, but the y. So I'm going to move this over here. I don't know if this will work or not, but I'll try anything once. Pull this up. Make it. There we go. You sound like you got what I got. Allergies. When I cough, I sound like I'm in the Marlboro Red Club. They had to put me on some kind of antibiotics. Last Friday, I couldn't even get out of bed. Range is what? -6 to what? 5. -6 to 5. So that's range.
Why'd you go from the other end?
Because you're negative.
Oh, negative.
Which way do we read? Left to right. So what comes first? Negatives or positives?
Negatives.
Negatives. -6 to 5. Now you don't have to write it like that. You can write 5. I just do everything consistently. I do everything the same way over and over. All right. Okay. What else does it ask for? That's it, right? That's it. So that means that you've got a function that. Sorry, I'm boring y'all. Okay. All right. You've got a function, and whatever the function looks like, -1 to positive 3. Here's -1. There's positive 3. And then I'm going to just put little dots down through here like that. So that means in the x direction, that's as far as we can go. And in the y direction, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that means we can go that far in there. So we've got a function that's somewhere like that, is somewhere in that little block right there. Okay? That's what that means. question, gripe, complaint. And you can copy that into Excel, and you might even be able to draw a scatter plot, get us some idea of what it looks like. Scatter plot, table editing, go to file, not file, data, insert. Insert, and
priority 1 message coming in on secure channel.
And there it is. So it doesn't look like mine. Mine looks totally opposite, but it's looking like that. Okay. All right. Next one. Takes care of that one. 1.16721. All right, we've got a problem. Suppose that C cost in dollars is moved blah 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 smokestack blah blah blah. They give us a formula. So the formula is a 25-cent word for, or 15-cent word for function. So that's going to be C of P is equal to 242,000 P over 100 minus P. And P is the percentage of the particulate pollution from the smokestack, whatever, bug a tree. All right, so use the fact that percent is measured between 0 and 100 and find the domain of this function. Okay, well, it's real easy when you want to find the domain of a fraction. Remember, I told you, the only time the domain is affected is 3 ways. By the teacher, by the directions, or if it's a radical or what? A fraction. So what do you do when you've got a fraction for a function and you want to check out the domain? Those people that are bored out of their skulls that...
Priority 1 message coming in on secure channel.
Up. Go ahead and speak out.
Mr. Hebert, my screen is completely white, but I can hear you.
Okay. I don't know why it's not coming in on you. I'm going to try one thing, Miss LeBlanc. I'm going to take you out and bring you back in. Okay? And maybe that will work.
Okay.
Move from meeting, and I'm going to bring you back in. L-E. I'm still waiting for y'all to talk. She must put her words together. B-L. Okay, what do you do when you want to find the domain? Set the denominator equal to
0.
what?
0.
What cannot be in the denominator? 0 cannot be in denominator. So, set the denominator equal to 0. 100 minus P is equal to 0. Negative P is equal to negative 100. P is equal to 100. So you can use all numbers in the denominator except for what? 100. Except for what? I heard penguin and sequin.
100.
100. Enunciate and volume. Thank you. It's what people do when they come up to my door in my office. This is it. Do I say anything? No. I wait until they finally knock on the door. He's stand when people do that. And so 100, yes. So all real numbers except x cannot equal 100. Now that's set builder notation, okay? Or you can say negative infinity to 100, parenthesis, because you can't touch 100.
Can you push the paper up?
Sorry. Thought I had it centered. There we go. And then, since it's not overlapping, that would be an intersection. 100 to positive infinity.
The union symbol.
The union symbol is the one's U. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm
That's
sorry.
U.
You're right. Intersection is overlapping. Thank you, whoever said that. So there's your two ways of writing the domain. I don't know what they want. That's A. Okay?
That says 100. Okay, what's beside? It says 100 comma what?
Infinity.
Oh, infinity. Okay.
Yeah. Use the fact that percent is measured between 0 and 100. Find the domain of this function. Okay, I'm sorry. So you can only use 0 to 100. So that would be 0 to 99. You can't use 100. So, well, that says that here. You can use it right there. X cannot equal 100. So 0 to 99 is the domain for this function. You can use 99, but you can't use 100. So I don't know how you can say X cannot equal 100 right here. I don't know how they want it, but we'll try it. Miss LeBlanc, was it able to come up?
No, sir. I see you in the bottom right, and that's it.
All right, and we'll try it one more time. Oops, that's the wrong thing. It should ask you for reading stuff to come in, approve. All right. We can go right here and say accept 100. Okay? Don't like that. Okay, then it must be this one then. 0 not equal to right here. How about D? How about that? Okay? So 0 to 100. Now, it says evaluate. Well, what does evaluate mean? Evaluate is a 25-cent word for what? Plug and
in.
what?
Chug.
Plug and chug. So that's what it means. So, C of 50 is equal to 242,000 times parentheses over 100 minus parentheses. We're going to plug in a 50 here and a 50 here. And that's going to give you 242,000 times 50 over 50. And what happens to the 50s? You're left with 242,000. You'd be surprised on how many people reach for a calculator on this problem. Don't need it. So C of 50 is 242,000. You also see people reach for a calculator if I ask you what 6 times 25 is. But if I ask you what 6 quarters is, you tell me it's $1.50. Good job. Y'all settle down, please. All right, C of 20. Be 242,000 times 20 over 100 minus 20. And that's going to be 242,000 times 20 over 80. Well, I don't have a calculator, so I'm going to do it by scientific notation, because it's always good for us to practice that. So that's going to be 2.42 times 10 to the what? Fifth power times 2.0 times 10 to the first power over 8.0 times 10 to the
Just
first.
drawing out the numbers a different way. Get the same answer.
Okay, what?
Nothing. I'm just on scientific notation what it was.
Okay, all right. It's hard to see who's talking. I don't know who's talking, so that's fine. I just thought you had a question. Okay,
No, sir.
so that's 2 times 2.42, that's 4.84. And if you can't do that, then we've got problems. Times 10 to the 6th over 8.0 times 10 to the 1st. And 4.8, that's going to be close to a half. I'm just going to put 0.5 and a little 0.5 times 10 to the 5th.
Can you move
And
the
then-
paper up?
Sorry. I suck. And then that's going to be 5.0 times 10 to the 5th, blank 1. Which way? Negative. So that's going to be 10 to the 4th. So I've got around 5 times 10 to the 4th, which is going to be 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4. 1, 2. I got 5,000, but that's an estimate. Somebody do the math and tell me what you really get when you take, what was it, 242,000 times 20 and divide by 0.8 or divide by 80. What do you get?
60,500.
Oh, I'm way off then.
That was hard to get out.
That's the zero.
I missed a zero. Oh, right here. Is that what you're talking about? Thank you. Okay. What'd you get? 60,000?
60,500.
Yeah, the reason I got 50,000 is I changed. Somebody tell me what 4.84 divided by 8 is.
Divided by 8?
Mm-hmm.
0.605.
0.605. I just said 0.5 because I didn't want to do it in my head. Okay? So that's how you do it. Now, I didn't do that in scientific notation to confuse you. I didn't do it to distract you. I did it because y'all need to know how to do scientific notation, unless you're going to fail science. And you can do that too. Okay? What was that?
Had my damn knee on the table.
Oh, that feels good. The only thing worse than hitting your knee on the table is working on a bulldozer and hitting your elbow or your knee on a bulldozer. Because the bulldozer doesn't give at all. That table gives a little bit. When you hit
never.
Huh?
I've never had that problem.
Oh, well, I do. I've got 3 bulldozers, and when I'm working on them, that hurts. When you hit your knee, there is no give whatsoever. And you just sit there and cry, and you sit there and cry and holler at the Russians and blame them, and you know what else can you? I mean, you can't do anything. You just lay there and just writhe in pain. All right, so somebody tell me what that answer is again. 600 and what?
60,500.
60,500.
500. I can't find my. And you feel good about yourself. No smokestacks on that pickup truck. All right. Next one. I was just having a brain bubble there for a moment. 1.14714. I think that's the same one, isn't it? No, it's different. All right, what does it say? During the first 2 weeks in May, a man weighs himself daily in pounds and records the date in the table below. Okay? Does the table define weight as a function of the day in May? Well, I would say yes, because if the man's on a diet and he's doing it by the day, he's going to weigh himself every day. He's not going to set the day on his weight. Does that make sense? If you're on a diet, you don't say, okay, I'm going to get up today because my weight is so I'm going to go to work because my weight is such a number. Does that make sense? Versus, okay, I'm going to weigh today, and the day for day one is weight. So yes, it is a function. The opposite would be you can't have a day if you don't have a certain weight. That would be the opposite. And that's ludicrous. You can't do that. You can't shut down your day because you got on the scales and you didn't weigh what you wanted to weigh. What would happen then? Nobody would ever get to work. Okay? Everybody would, cry in their bed, cover up with the covers, and cry in their bed, correct?
Yes, sir.
So that's why that's yes. You can have a day without losing the weight, but you can't not have a day because you didn't lose a pound. You can't do that. Remember, day is a function of what? I heard right. That's what I heard, right. What is days a function of? What dimension?
Time.
Time. And what's the only variable we cannot mess with?
Time.
Good job. Although some women, they try. You ever been to a recital, a dance recital or a cheerleading competition where the mothers that are like 30 years old try to dress like their teenage daughter? Not pretty. Not pretty at all. Anyway, they try to influence time, and you can't do that. All right? What is the domain of this function? 1 to what?
14.
14. 14 days. And then the range, well, it depends on where he went. He went from 166 up to 167, then down to 166, 167, 166. This guy's a loser. 165, 164, 163. Okay, you got 6, so he quit eating. 162, 161. Okay, so what's your highest value?
167.
So that's the top of your range. What's your lowest value?
159.
So you're...
Oh, wait, 150. Is that
I think
a
you're
5?
right, 159, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's a 6.
Oh, that is.
159.
Yeah. So your domain is 159 to what? 167. And that's what the answer is right there. Now, this is a test question. Why do people fail this test question?
Because they're not paying attention.
Because they would just say like 166 to 160. They just look at the chart.
Well, first of all, they don't understand domain and range. That's one thing. And then they don't understand the independent and dependent. Remember, independent and dependent means what relies on what? Does the weight rely on the day, or does the day rely on the weight? And you got to think abstractly and say, okay, I didn't gain a pound, I didn't lose a pound today, so this day is just going to forfeit itself. So I don't have to go to work, I don't have to pay bills, I don't have to take care of the kids because I didn't lose a pound. It's not happening. And plus, time cannot be manipulated. Time cannot be messed with. Time is immune to anybody messing with it. So the day will continue on whether you feel like a champion or whether you feel like a total loser. Got it? Yes, I got it. Okay, good. During what day did he weigh the most? Well, look at it. It's number 2, isn't it?
And 4.
And for you.
And 4. I don't, comma 4.
Fantastic.
And then, when did he weigh the least? 159?
12.
Day 12. So, a little bit of common sense, a little bit of thinking. He claimed to be on a diet. What is the longest period of time during which his weight decreased? Well, it looked like to me right in here, decreased, right in
Day 4 to day 12, right?
no, day 7. No, yeah. Yeah, you're right. Day 4 to day 12. So that's how many days?
9.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9? Is that what y'all said?
Yeah.
You gotta yell.
Yeah, I kind of heard.
Try 8.
8. I was counting, so I don't know if I counted wrong or not. And I can't count very well, so.
I remember when I did it, I counted 9 too. I don't know why it's not 9. It didn't make
Yeah.
sense.
I think this day you didn't gain or lose. That's why the first day you don't gain or lose. That's maybe why. I don't know. All right, looks like we're done. Question is complete.
Guess it's like, yeah, starting and then.
Okay, so hopefully that helps you. And like I say, these first 3 questions are usually the questions that people don't understand. Just remember, if you lose a pound, if you don't lose a pound, the day obliterates. Y'all ever seen the Langoliers?
No.
I don't know.
The Langoliers, Stephen King.
I think I have.
What happens to yesterday? It gets eaten up by these little Pac-Man guys. You need to watch it. It's a good movie. Langoliers. One of Stephen King's good ones. So I can't wait till It comes out. When does It come out?
I was say, are you gonna go say it on Friday?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be first in line. Dang old midnight. Dang old scaring myself to death.
Oh, good God. Hurricane.
Dang old Pennywise in the gutter.
The hurricane's gonna kill us. We're gonna die.
Yeah, we're all gonna die. But you got bread and milk in South Carolina.
Yeah, but the hurricane's gonna kill us.
No. In South Carolina, if there's anything that happens, you got to get bread and milk.
Well, Irma's gonna kill us.
I have a friend that lives in Florida, and they said the shelves are already empty. Like
Of bread and milk.
everything.
Yeah.
Excuse me,
lives in
but you know
Charleston.
what? If I lived in Florida right now, just like those people, at Houston, the mayor said, "Oh, you don't have to evacuate,"
Right now.
and that's why all
I'd
the
be
people
gone.
died in Houston.
Gone.
I'd be
Out
gone.
there.
I would
Maybe
be
rent a
gone.
hotel somewhere.
Anyway, but these people will say, "I'm staying. I've been here for 20 years, and that's why you gonna die, dumbass." I'm sorry, I ain't got no use for that. I'm gonna be here until I die. Yeah, floating down the river looking like a balloon. All right, 1.25/3. It's our last one today. Okay, good. This is a good test question right here. All right, because it's got everything in it. Complete the following table of values. Now, we've done one like this. Which is the only method that we can do this? Method 1, method 2, or method 3?
I was doing this and I'd graph it, but it'd yell at me because I didn't graph it the way I didn't plot the exact points it wanted me to.
Okay.
These plotted
Well,
points.
this is, remember
That
method
wasn't mine.
1,
I don't know what one that is.
Method 1 is only one to, so that is y.
It asked me to do the intercepts instead of just points.
Okay, 1/3 x squared. Well, the way that you would do it if you didn't have numbers is x and y, -6, -3, -0, sorry, not negative, not positive or negative 0, there we go, 3 and 6. Now, why did I pick 6, 3, 0, 3, and 6? All multiples of the what?
3.
The multiples of 3, so that way it does away with the fraction. So -6 squared is 36. 36 divided by 3 is 2. I meant 12. Okay? Negative 3 squared is 9. 9 divided by 3 is 3.
Priority 1 message coming in
0
on secure channel.
times anything is 0. 3, 9. 9 divided by 3 is 3. And 36 divided by 3 is 12.
12.
Now, they didn't ask you for those, did they? Yeah, they did. That should be your answer. And then you plot those points. So you take your handy dandy black marker and draw 2 lines. And negative 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 12. Positive 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 12. Negative 3, 1, 2, 3, and 3. Positive 3, 1, 2, 3, and 3. And 0, 0.
What a parabola.
I know, it sucks. Okay? Didn't even touch the 0.
I think you missed a point.
I missed the whole point. Somebody tell me what the domain, what is the domain if I got dang old arrowheads, dang old Indians, dang old arrowheads. What if I got those? All real numbers. 90% of the time, unless it's a radical or a what? A fraction. Most of the time, it's going to be all real numbers.
But
Now,
that's
what's
a
your
fraction.
range? What's your
range is gonna
range?
12 to 12? No. That
Range is from 0.
0 to 12.
0 to
0 to
12.
what?
Infinity.
Infinity.
All real
So your
numbers.
range is 0 to infinity. Okay? Is there something under the table or something? Everybody okay? Make sure that, because I got a lot of people, got 2 or 3 people looking down like this. Something down there or something? I shot across the bow. Don't let me embarrass you. Remember what I said about texting in class? Okay, if you can't go an hour without texting, just stay home. My phone has went off how many times? Anybody count?
A lot.
Did I touch it? Okay, why are you touching yours? Is there some kind of double standard that I don't know about here? Just thought I'd remind you, I'm not stupid, people. That pisses me off more than you texting, is thinking that I'm stupid enough to know that looking at your toes every 5 seconds is some kind of rat on the floor. So the 2 or 3 people that's doing it, that's a warning shot. Okay, so you plug that in, you take your handy dandy line maker, and you plug in. Oops, you don't do that. That's what you don't do. Let me clear. Okay, let me do that again. And I'm gonna go to negative. What is it? Negative 6.
12.
And you need to blow this thing up because it's pain. Negative 6 and positive
12.
And then negative 3,
Positive 3.
positive 3. I'm trying. And then 0 and 0. Look there. Ain't that pretty?
Gorgeous.
Dang old, gonna get me some dang old pipes going in my truck.
What?
Alright, check answer. Good job. You know, if I could write these, I'd love to get a job writing these things right here for the company, programming them in. I'd get fired.
Wow,
really
you don't
suck
suck.
at this. Yeah, you really suck at this. Get a job. You think you're going to graduate? Like I say, they'd fire me first week. All right, so
Yeah, if you
we
wrote
shut
that,
this down because some of y'all are going to go into, what is it, cardio infarction? I don't
myocardial infarction.